It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyrone Lowe. This is another T-Lo Video Productions. In the house, I have two people that I know, that I actually just met, but I felt like I've known them for like a long time. Well, I know one of them for a while, so, you know, she's not a stranger to me. I have Tia, and I have Allison. Tia, state your qualifications.
Well, I am CEO and founder of Tyrone Fitness. I've been in the fitness field for close to 30 years, and I am certified, and I teach various types of exercise and nutrition.
Allison?
I am a fitness professional. I've been in the industry for about 3 years now. I'm also a nutrition consultant, and I also just last year became yoga certified. So I've been in the industry overall for about 3 years.
So when we talk about things of that nature, define what a physical trainer is.
Well, essentially, you're somebody who you like. Let's say you and I met, right? And you tell me what your goals are, what it is you're trying to do, and then I'm like a physical doctor for you. I put together a prescription of sorts of types of exercises that are going to help you to get to your goals, in addition to nutrition, because they go together, the two, right? Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, I think most of us in this industry, we're here because we have a passion, and I think the reason I switched fields, I actually used to be an art director, switched fields because this passion kind of overtook that art direction type of career. And so we just have a passion for people being healthy, you know, nutrition-wise, and as far as your physical fitness.
Okay. Would you say that exercise is a good source of medicine?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely better than prescription drugs and things of that nature? In a sense, I mean, we do need a boost.
Right.
But exercise is a very important part.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I would agree with that 100%. Yes.
Okay. And what you do is, would you prescribe a certain type of exercise for anybody that's going through needs some type of physical criteria with their body? Do you do that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You have to, it's always, you have to find out what's going on with them first, and then you stick within whatever guidelines have been set for that. So let's say, for example, you're somebody who's coming to me and you told me that a year ago you had suffered a mild heart attack or something like that. So I'm going to make sure that the exercises that I do for you, I'm going to minimize you putting your hands up over your head, because that would instantly elevate your heart rate. So I just will be a little bit more mindful of where you are as far as your heart rate and things like that. But yeah, otherwise it has to be very specific to what your needs are.
Yeah.
So let's speak about nutrition. A lot of people, especially black people, have high blood pressure, cholesterol. Well, it's actually nationwide in a sense. I wouldn't say that it actually has a gender as far as people are concerned, but what would you suggest for that? I mean, I have high blood pressure.
Okay.
Okay. I take medicine for it, but I really hate it. You know, they say I got to exercise, things of that to minimize certain, you know, things about my body. What would you suggest for a person that has those symptoms?
Well, definitely food modification. I don't like to use the word diet, because people immediately, when you hear the word diet, they think it means you have to take something out. It means just, to me, you lessen. So we're talking limit your salt intake or your sodium. Watch what type of sugars. You want to get with more natural foods, not so many preservatives and things like that. So you want to get away from your processed foods, you know, that type of thing. What do you think about that, Allison?
I agree with that. I mean, and like you, I have to watch my blood pressure. It runs in my family, and even as a fitness professional, it's something I have to keep an eye on. So I make sure I get some cardio exercise in every day. I make sure, as Tia mentioned with the diet, I limit my sodium. I keep a check on it also, you know. I'm not on medication, but I am borderline if I don't watch those things, and I monitor them. I monitor those areas.
Okay. The terminology borderline means?
Borderline for me means that if my blood pressure is over 120/80, then I'm borderline.
Okay.
Yes.
And as far as cholesterol and diabetes, a person that's actually borderline on diabetes, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
It's not a great thing, but it's something that can be worked on and overcome.
Right.
You know, fitness, your diet, those two areas work together. Most people, I know when I first started in the fitness industry, I thought, okay, if I just go to the gym every day, work out, I'll be fine. No, and the statistic actually shocked me that it's 80% nutrition, 20% fitness.
Right.
Okay.
And so there's a big battle that's in the kitchen, that's in, you know, we're such a food nation. When we go to Europe and things like that, we see that the people are not as big as they are here. When they come here, they're like, oh, they're so big, you know.
Right.
So nutrition and diet and our serving sizes in restaurants, those are huge factors
control,
that affect our fitness and affect our health. And so there's a big battle that has to be won with the nutrition.
Absolutely.
And then just combine your fitness with that.
Would you say that mindset also plays a very important part of the role as far as how a person thinks about themselves?
Your
As
mindset.
far as, dealing with these diagnoses?
Yes.
It does, yeah. I mean, you know, you go into the doctor and you kind of can feel hopeless because the doctors may want to just put you on medicine and you don't, and they say, you know, they tell you to lose weight, but that's not necessarily an easy thing to do. They tell you to get fit. That's not necessarily an easy thing to do if that has not been your lifestyle.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
she's saying, you know, especially with us being people of color, right? The main thing we hear is, oh, well, I grew up with this and I grew up with that, as if we didn't. You know, you're touching on a subject that's very close to me, high blood pressure, diabetes. My dad had both, okay? That's what got me into the field in the first place. I did not want to carry on that family legacy. I wanted to do differently. And they say, well, I can't do this and I can't do that, and eating healthy doesn't taste good and it costs a lot. And I just say BS across the board with that. Nowadays, you don't have to always go to a Whole Foods to get healthy food. You can still go to ShopRite. You can go to your name brand stores, or you can go to stores that even aren't that well known. And you've got a better pick of fruits and vegetables that you can have access to. So to say that it's going to cost you a lot of money, no. And to say that it's not flavorful, no.
Right.
There's enough seasonings and recipes and things out there now that you can have a healthy meal and it still tastes good, you know. And there's ways to trick your mouth. Like, let's say fried chicken is your thing, right? So how about instead of frying it in the grease, we take that chicken, take the skin off of it, maybe get some yogurt or something else as some sort of liquid coating, get your panko or other type of breadcrumbs, and throw the whole thing in the oven. Because at the end of the day, what it is we like the crunch of the fried chicken. If you can give me the crunch and you can still give me the moistness that I'm getting from that fried chicken, but it's healthier because it's less fat that's being contained in it, why not?
Right.
So it's little things like that that makes that shift. It is a big mindset thing. It all starts up here.
Okay.
So if you can get past that, if you can stay open long enough to try out these things, then you'll see that, okay, there is a way.
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot of people are turning to be vegan. Is that a good thing?
Yes.
I think so. My thing personally is when you make that choice, why are you making that choice? Are you making it because you want to be healthier, or are you making it because you think that this is the vehicle that's going to get you that size 2, size 4 body that you're looking for? So I've had clients who have gone vegan because they think this is how I'm going to be healthier, or that this is going to make me slim. And that's not necessarily the case, because if you don't know the right things to eat to fuel your body, you still may as well just be eating a whole bunch of crap.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for health reasons and you really do want to be healthier and come off of some of the processed foods and things out there, I'm for it 100%.
Okay. So, Allison, what's your input on that?
I am borderline vegan. I'm not I won't call myself a 100% vegan right now, but most of my diet is vegan. And if I'm out, if you look at my refrigerator at home or my freezer, there's no meat. There's mostly veggies. There is occasionally, if I do crave meat, I will have it. You know, and I'm not one of those people who goes completely this, completely that, because I do think that sometimes the body is craving something and it's craving it because it needs it.
Right.
And so I'll have it and not deny myself that. But I do believe that there's benefit in the vegan lifestyle. And especially if you have a history of diabetes, you have a history of high blood pressure, you have a history of high cholesterol, things like that in your family, I do believe there's benefit in it. And one of the doctor that I see, because my blood pressure has been elevated, so I keep a close eye on it. My doctor that I went to see, my cardiologist, is a natural cardiologist. I actually requested that, and he suggested Dr. Joel Furman, and I read his book, and he suggests a vegan lifestyle.
Okay.
So it's not something that I do 100%, because if I do crave meat, I will have it.
Okay. Let's shift the atmosphere a little bit. Let's talk about yoga.
Yes.
Okay. What's the function?
Yoga is awesome. I mean, speaking of high blood pressure, speaking of heart disease, it helps to relax the body, it helps to relax the mind, and that's going to, of course, lower your blood pressure. So if there's benefit for that reason, there's just benefit as far as building strength in the body, there's benefit as far as building flexibility. All of those things are important for fitness.
Okay.
And so I'm a huge fan of yoga. That's one of the things that got me into fitness in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to tell the people, is yoga a very expensive thing, or is it
Yoga.
does it have an actual rate?
It's actually not expensive. I mean, yoga is extremely popular these days.
Right.
If you go to your local gym, there's at least 1 or 2 or 3 yoga classes. I actually teach at the gym that I work at right now. There's yoga studios in every neighborhood.
Okay.
And even if you can't go to your local yoga studio or your gym, YouTube videos. There's yoga on YouTube. There's yoga, just buy a mat. You can practice yoga anywhere.
Okay.
Right.
My question is, as far as exercise, how much should you actually do per week? I mean, what's the minimum?
They still say 3 days. I say more 5 or 6, particularly if you are trying to lose weight. I feel like 3 is maintenance. 3 is after you've gotten to where you want to be and you're just trying to maintain a particular level or lifestyle.
Right.
But if you're trying to achieve some goals, you got to put a little extra time in. So I feel like 5 days. If you can do 20 or 30 minutes 5 days a week, that's fine. You know, the old thought process of thinking you had to be in the gym for an hour or 2, that's gone to the wayside.
Okay.
It's like everything else. You just have to be a lot more focused, smart, and targeted about what you're doing. Like the days where if you went in 5 days, you had 3 days where you did upper body and 2 days where you did lower body. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. You can get a nice circuit, say 3 of those days, where you're hitting all your major body parts, and then 2 days that are strictly cardio. And that's a nice balance for you. And I think that's achievable for most people.
Would you say that losing weight, the more weight that you lose, you're actually losing the nutrients in your body and the supplements?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah.
To me, losing weight, keeping yourself closer to your body's natural weight, it helps to eliminate a lot of the challenges, health challenges, as far as the diabetes, the high blood pressure. A lot of people are experiencing challenges with their joints because they're having extra weight on their frame. Being fit and healthy, it takes some of the pressure off of your skeleton to keep yourself upright, because now your muscles are strong enough to have you do the things that you do. Like if I slack off, I like to run. I'm a runner. So if I don't work my legs enough while I'm trying to run, the run can be a little more challenging for me. Whereas if my muscles are more developed, it's easier for me to maintain whatever pace that I'm going through.
Why is it so harder for a person of age, let's say between the age of 50 to 60, to lose weight, in a sense, compared to a person that's like 20 to 30 years old?
Hormones, metabolism.
Yes. Yeah.
Everything's starting to slow down. The body has been around for a while.
Okay.
And like all machines, you have to keep working it. It does slow down, but if you are consistent with your exercise, then you kind of get a base. And I'm going to say that to you because I'm 60.
Okay.
And I don't think my metabolism has dropped that much. It has,
Okay.
but not as much as someone who's not as active. So there's a way to combat that, I feel like.
And also diet plays a role. Like there are certain foods that you eat. If you're going to have a diet that's high in carbohydrates, you're not going to have the energy to do workouts. Yes, it'll give you that little boost in the beginning, but you're going to get tired during the day, you know, more than if you were eating a diet that's full of fruits and vegetables.
Right.
You're going to be able to sustain that energy a little longer throughout your day.
It feeds your body better.
I want to say I thank you guys for really, you know, dishing out the information, and I hope that my viewers got a lot out of it.
Hope
You know, and before we leave, viewers, these ladies look marvelous, you know, and I want you guys to tell the viewers how can they get in contact with you.
Best way is probably through my personal email, which would be tyroinc@gmail.com. That's tyroinc@gmail.com. Or you can reach me, Tyro Fitness, both Facebook and Instagram. I go by the same names.
And for me, on my Instagram account, it's Allison B, but the 2 L's are 1s in Allison, and that's Instagram. And through Facebook, it would be Allison Boyd, and either of those would be fine.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions for your viewers as far as keeping fit, you know, things of that nature, something they could do on a daily basis to encourage them to, you know, have a mindset of saying, well, let me just do this every day, because we get lazy at times. You know, we might be consistent. So can you just give somebody an incentive of how can they actually boost themselves up to really do something every day to maintain their healthy status?
Stay active, and that doesn't mean running. You could walk, but walk at a good pace where your heart rate gets elevated. Sit and stand in a chair. You know, you don't always have to be a member of a gym. You could do everything in your home. Push-ups, you can do them on a wall. That's good for your upper body. Watch what you're eating, right? You want to have more nutrient-dense meals, so protein, a lot of vegetables, fruits, minimize your carbs or your starches.
Yeah, I agree with everything Tia said. I have 2 things. Just everyone can walk. Like you know, even if you can't get to a gym, you are housebound, whatever. Everyone can take a walk around the block. Get in 10,000 steps a day. Start with 5,000, whatever you can do, and increase that daily. And then as far as nutrition, I have this thing that I've been talking to my clients about, which is 1 carb, 2 veggies. We don't eat enough fruits and veggies here, and I think as Americans, we don't even eat enough fruits and veggies. So 1 carb with every meal and 2 veggies with every meal.
And drink plenty of water.
Exactly.
Neither of us said
Exactly, right.
I wanted to touch on prescription drugs, but unfortunately we don't have that time. But I would like you all to come back and touch base on that, if it's okay
Yes.
with you
Okay.
guys.
It'd be our
I
pleasure.
think this information is very good for people to know, because a lot of people don't know.
Right,
Yeah.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And the more effort of us enforcing this information, we can actually save somebody's life. You know?
Yes.
I agree.
And I thank you guys for tuning in, and I think this was a very good, healthy conversation. And I'm gonna actually suggest a part 2 about certain indications about health. You know, so like I said, I'm the CEO and the host of T-Lowe Video Productions, and I thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope somebody got something out of this. Thank you.
So for the core workout, you have 2 different circuits that you're going to repeat twice. Each exercise is 20 seconds with as many reps as possible. First exercise is sitting twist, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Michael's going to get seated, his feet are up, and he's just going to twist. Now, if you want to do this exercise using a medicine ball or a dumbbell, that's completely fine. For our purposes today, we're just going to use straight up body weight. Good, about halfway there. Keeping his core nice and tight. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right into a plank. Good. So You can see that he's got a nice straight line. Actually, I'm gonna have him come up just a tad. Good. You really wanna make sure that your hips are not dropping down. That is what really leaves your low back susceptible on this exercise. His elbows are right beneath his shoulder. He's in the perfect plank position right now. Good, 2, 1. Okay, right into butt-ups. So Michael is back on his back, his feet are up, and he's just gonna touch up to my hand. Perfect. So his head is down, his hands are secured at his side, and again, you really just wanna force your butt off the ground and come straight up in a line. Good, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, time. Good, right into heel touches. Yep, so right back down, and he's just alternating side to side. Again, he's already in a flex position. His starting position is flexed. So he's not resting at all. This is constant tension on the abs. And again, you guys, you wanna try and get in as many reps as you can in these 20 seconds. Good, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, time. Right into V-sit, so Michael's gonna sit up. Modified V-sit, he's gonna, yep, and he's crossing over. Perfect. This requires leg strength, abdominal strength. Good. And he's keeping his core nice and tight. His hands are secured at his sides. Good, and just 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, right into 100. So he's back down, and he's just tapping his hands right to his heels. Try and come all the way up to your heels. There we go. Again, he's not resting. His starting position, there's already tension in his abs. Perfect, and 10 seconds left. He's feeling it, I can tell. Oh, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, time. Right into plank step up, so he's gonna flip right over. He's in the plank position, and he's right up on those hands. So again, he's bringing his hand right underneath his shoulder. Perfect, don't cheat this. People I see, they wanna come out to here to cheat the tension off of the tricep and the shoulder. Don't do it that way. That's also gonna take the tension off of your obliques, and that is not what we want. Good, and time. Right into our plank walkout. So Michael's just inching out, inch by inch, and then he's coming right back. Good, it's a small movement. Don't go out too far. That's gonna make your back susceptible. You're just inching out. This is a great exercise. Especially going plank right into this. It's extremely difficult. Good, and time. Right into a cross crunch. So he's back on his butt, back in that starting position. Good. And he's coming straight up and touching the top of his knee, really squeezing. That's the most important part when you are doing crunches, is that on the way back down, you're not just relaxing. You really want to keep tension all the way through the movement. Good, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right into bicycle crunches, there we go. So he's crossing it over, bringing the knees all the way in and out. Good, and about 10 seconds left. You should be breathing hard, your abs should be burning, you should be pushing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, perfect. That's the end of round 1. Let's get right into round 2 with seated twists. Perfect. Oh, he's on it. His feet are up, core is tight. You guys should really be pushing through these, getting as many reps in as possible in these 20 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right into our next exercise, plank. All right, so Michael's back around. His elbow is right underneath his shoulder. Perfect, he's in a perfect plank position. A lot of times I see people do this exercise. They've got their torso is kind of sinking down. That is a big, big, big no-no. That leaves you very, very open to injury. You wanna stay in a perfect line with your body. Good, 3, 2, 1. Right into butt-ups. Perfect, let's go. Okay, so his head is nice and relaxed, and he's just launching those legs right off the ground. You're gonna feel this deep, deep, deep in your abs. Again, you should be winded. I can hear that he's winded. You should be winded at home. This should be taxing you cardiovascularly. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time. Moving right into heel touches. 20 seconds. How many reps can you do? Every single round you should be pushing to get more reps in. Every week you should be improving. Good, 10 seconds left. Good, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, time. Right into modified V-sits. All right, so he's back up. Here we go. Good, that's perfect. Killing it. You really want to keep your legs nice and straight. If you need more support, you can put your hands behind you while you do this exercise. Good, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, right into hundreds, back down. Here we go. Good. These little crunches, these tiny movements, really, really work the abs. They're deceivingly hard. They're deceivingly amazing too for getting results in your abs. They really create those nice deep cuts that everybody wants. Good, 3, 2, and 1, time. Plank step ups, let's get into it. So Michael's flipping back around, nice transition there, perfect. Good, good. He's gonna try and get 10 on this side and then move right onto the other side. Perfect. Good, just about 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, perfect. Right into a plank walkout. How you feeling?
It's burning.
There we go, that's what it should be doing.
There's no mistaking where my core is.
Yeah, that's right. Every exercise we're doing, we're really firing every single muscle of the core. So often I see people working core front to back. We're working it from all angles today. Good, 3, 2, 1, time. Right into a cross crunch. He's gonna flip back around. Here we go. Again, everything is tight. He's not letting go when he's on his kind of downswing of this exercise. He's staying in a position where the abs are constantly engaged. Good, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, time. Right into a bicycle. Here we go. This is the type of pace that you guys want to try and be at. He's really, really pushing it. Perfect. Good, perfect, over halfway there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, great. So that's the end of circuit 1. Let's move right into circuit 2 with the shoulder bridge. Michael's gonna get himself into position. Good, so he's got his feet planted firmly on the ground and he's just lifting his hips off the ground, pushing right through his heel. His head is firmly on the ground. His hands are on the ground. He's keeping the rest of his body nice and relaxed. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna move into the quadruped alternating. Gonna flip back over. He's coming right out, giving it a nice second or two to stay in that flex position, and then switching right back over. We've worked the front of the body, now we're working the back side of the body. Perfect. This is a great exercise for stabilization. I use it with all my clients, especially with my athletes. And 1, good, right back into our shoulder bridge. Perfect, so he's back down. Perfect. You really want to be squeezing and pushing your hips as high up to the sky as you possibly can. If you feel any tension in your low back, just move your feet towards your butt, just slightly. Just that little adjustment will take a lot of pressure off the low back. Squeeze it. Good, 2 and 1, right back over. Good, last set. We are so close. Perfect. 20 seconds. Again, notice Michael isn't just swinging, he's making sure that he's got his leg out, his arm out, and he's stabilized before he's moving on to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, time. How you feel?
I can feel the burn.
Got the abs? Yeah. Great job, you guys. That's it for your core workout.
DJ Tyrone Lowe.